Well, this was good, wasn't it? Last week on Memphis Wrestling, when I said that the main event didn't really make much sense, Dustin Starr pushed back on that on Twitter, saying I must have missed something, and if I did, then that was my issue. Well, somebody else in the Memphis Wrestling organisation, and thank you, came to my rescue. Not really rescue, I was just amused, really. A little surprised. But he's passionate about his product. He's Dustin, and quite rightly so. It's a great product. But somebody in the organisation came back and said, well, what are you missing? And it was that I hadn't seen the show the previous week. Yes, I've missed it, folks, and I feel terrible about that. But they had made a comment there that you can find your own partner. And so we had a singles match, really, for the tag team titles until Kale arrived, the masked man, and became Jay Smooth's partner in the Hollywood Clique. That was mentioned the week before. I don't think it was mentioned on the package, the look-back package that I saw, though, so I missed it. But that's now been cleared up. And I have to say, this episode of Memphis Wrestling from last Sunday, I always get to it a week late, don't I, was blooming good. When your main event has Tim Bosby and Mike Anthony, and Dustin Starr quite rightly says, Aaron Roberts, because they're facing the Roberts family, Aaron and Zay. I mean, these are two great teams in their own respect, aren't they? Because we have had Aaron and Zay as tag champions. But he's quite right that Aaron is a WWE ID prospect. Mike Anthony should be too. And I know that they look at people who've not been in the business that long, I think, or as long as Mike. But really, if anyone deserves it, Mike certainly does. Wonder why they overlooked Tim Bosby. Because he's a really solid Kurt Angle type, I suppose. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. This episode is called Lights Out because, as you know, we had an issue where Nixie XS, who has a belt and has been saying that she is the women's champion. She isn't. Diana Taylor, DDT, is. I think she's Diamond Diana Taylor in this promotion. And she got Sue Young to do her dirty work. She's had C-Rex, that enormous wrestler, big powerful wrestler, to do her bidding before. But she brought Sue Young in, who blew mist, the red mist, into DDT's eyes, and then DDT was away because she had a problem with her eyes. We haven't seen any vignettes of that, so it's a shame that we didn't have that week on week, unless I've missed one. Well, I've missed 2 episodes recently. Bad Steve. So we're going to have a match for the title. It's going to be a lights out match, and that is what they're leading with here. Not the main event, but it's going to be interesting. First ever Memphis Wrestling lights out match, apparently. So, again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let us start. After we foreshadow the main event, which of course wrestling does, which is great, they all attack each other. Everyone's out, just in case is out to tell everybody how they run Memphis Wrestling and all of that. Although we haven't seen them doing that, have we? Haven't seen them taking over in that way, really. But out come their opponents, and they all fight in the Wrestle Center. There is a match with the LA Hustlers, who are taking people, getting friends to work with them because they're taking on the business dogs, who are, of course, Tim Grind, little homie, Lance, don't call him that, and Zaya Wolf, who's now got the t-shirt, so she's an official business dog. And they brought James Ellsworth in. Now, this was a pretty good match, actually. I mean, I did like Zaya Wolf's code breaker, James Ellsworth, and also I like that she dived on everybody apart from James, who it allowed him to be in the ring and to tape a chain, one of the LA Hustlers' gold chains, to his foot to make his no-chin music super kick even more effective and get the pin. It was really rather good, but the back and forth was nice, and both teams work well together. That was a really good match to start things off. We also had an impromptu match in which Ray Sanders is sick and tired of Sean Harvey and all of the shenanigans with Oso, who's not there this week. Shame, because Sean Harvey and he will fight this week. And that's a good match as well. They even fought into the crowd. They both were thrown into the Wrestle Centre wall, which I always like to see. And eventually, Sean had enough and bailed and was counted out because he doesn't need that, you see. He doesn't need it. He's got things going on. And it just gets in Ray's head. Ray won't like that. All the way, Ray. Oh, that's somebody else. So, now we get to the lights out match. Now, a lights out match is usually something like a blindfold match or a completely lights out match with spotlights and that kind of thing. This isn't a lights out match. It's a lights dimmed match. Now, they mentioned several times that makes it easier for DDT to see. And what they also say, which is great because they set this up really well, is that DDT sometimes takes a moment to focus before she can get to her opponent. So when she gets to Sidewalk Slam, they explain that she needed a moment to focus to see where she was. Nixie hits a very nice DDT of her own, and then she throws down her bracelet, I think, does Nixie, which distracts DDT, takes a while to focus, and she falls to a DDT, I think it was, for the pin, and Nixie is your new, real Memphis Wrestling Women's Champion. Which I wasn't sure. I thought that Nixie might win this. I'm not sure if DDT's going to be around that much. I think that might have been one of the reasons for the angle, really, that she's not around as much. But it's an odd little match, but they set it up really well. So, not set it up, they explained it really well in the way that DDT can see. But she needs to focus for a moment. That's great. Really well done by Justin Starr and Pete Pranica on commentary. Salty Terrence. He doesn't even get to do his main event chat because they're at it. And Dustin chuckles at, sorry about that, Terrence didn't get to do. He waits all of the hour to do that, and then he can't get it done. It's great. But so this match was a bit odd because it wasn't a lights out match. It was a dimmed lights match. There was no soft music playing, no wine. There was lots of brutality. However, it was okay. And it's right that it wasn't the main event, because this main event, rather good. I love the way that Tim Bosby seemed to launch Mike Anthony over the top rope onto both of those opponents. Of course, just in case, I still love that, got involved pulling the leg of Mike Anthony. Well, they work well together, Mike Anthony and Tim Bosby, the Boz. I like the ankle lock into the splash, but they only got one count for that, a one count. That must have made them think, oh, this could be quite tough, this. And Tim showed a bit of inexperience, really. It's good wrestling entertainment, this, in that he got the hot tag, the ref didn't see it, Tim Bosby's in remonstrating with the ref, who then, that of course allows the Roberts family business, the Roberts family, he and Zay, to work over Mike Anthony, double teaming him. Great wrestling 101 entertainment, that. And then there's a genetic dream from Mike into a Bosplex from the Boz, funnily enough, on Aaron Roberts. Zay Washington has to break that up, otherwise that would have been the pin, but it wasn't. I'll tell you what the pin was. It was when Aaron Roberts threw Mike Anthony into the Boz on the apron. There's more to come with that, folks. I feel sure we're going to have a tussle for that internet title, and I can't wait. And then Zay Washington hit a beautiful moonsault for the pin. Great main event. Really good hour of wrestling. I wasn't confused this week as much. I mean, it's often my default state. But I hope that Dustin doesn't remonstrate with me on social media this week. And I hope that they keep up quality. But you know they will. This is Memphis Wrestling. They've been doing it for years. Ta-ta.